Overwatch metas have come and gone, but this season has been a little bit different. While Mercy is essentially a must-pick every single game, the rest of the meta is pretty open. You can choose the majority of the characters, and it seems like a lot of characters are playable depending on what team comp you have. With that said, there's 3 heroes that I feel like are really almost unplayable in this meta, and heroes that just aren't really doing well in any elo. And I'm going to be talking about those heroes today. Now, of course, as the meta changes, as certain characters get stronger, and as you know, just different matchups work out, these characters will get better, they'll get worse, it'll all go around. But currently right now, these are the heroes that I feel like, in my own personal opinion, are the ones that are probably the weakest / the most unplayable in this meta. So with Sombre, I was getting really excited for the past few months actually. She started to get played a lot more people figured out how to use her kit, they figured out how to actually work with her, they figured out how to make so that she countered dive comp, and overall just how to play Sombre, and her win rate actually started to go up quite a bit, and it almost, I think for one point, hit that 50% win rate mark, which is a balanced character. But then something happened. This new season came out, all the buffs and nerfs came out, and Sombre hit rock bottom again with a good 43% win rate, which is what all these characters have, you know, at least around that. And I feel really bad about it. I really wish that Sombre was a good character, and I feel like, you know, Blizzard's been trying to push her a little bit, people have been trying to push her and to enjoy her. I know a lot of people really do like this character, but as it is right now, it's just really hard to pick a situation where it's a good idea to pick a Sombre. As it goes, Sombre gets kind of destroyed by a lot of the meta picks. Against Junkrat, there's not way too much you can do. Against Mercy, and you'll find this is a trend, there's almost nothing you can do. And I guess against Far Mercy, it's very hard for you as well. If you could hack Mercy so that when you hacked her, she couldn't fly, I feel like Sombre by herself could be a very strong pick. Simply stopping her res is, you know, decently strong itself, but you hack the Mercy, you stop her res, and she's just going to keep healing until she gets the hack away from her, and then she can res again, which kind of gets rid of the point of hacking her in the first place. I feel like mainly if just that change alone came through, Sombre could become much better, and maybe if they buffed her in some other points as well, because she's never really been quite meta. With that said, I still enjoy the character, I still feel like there's a decent amount that you can do if you become very good at her, but in the average amount of games and in the average map, I don't feel like she can do way too much, and for the most part, you could probably pick someone like Soldier to make up for where her damage would have been. We all know that Hanzo hasn't been that great or consistent, really ever, and that's how it is this meta as well. No buffs or nerfs have really gone to him, and he stayed almost always through this entire season, Season 5 and 6, at around a 43 to 44% win rate. Now, if you're a god at Hanzo, I could make a case for playing the character. Of course, we've seen Raxu and a few other players playing Hanzo the past season and the season before it, and doing okay, but definitely for the average player that isn't one-tricking this character, it's not the best idea to pick him. Even for the people that are one-tricking him though, I feel like this season we've been seeing quite a bit less than the previous ones, probably because it's a lot better in a lot of cases to play Junkrat for the picks, and to play Junkrat for some spam damage, and as well, it's very hard for you to kill Mercy without getting a few super clutch shots, or for you to kill Pharaoh without getting a few super clutch shots again, and I guess finally D.Va can just kind of ruin up your day. Overall, the meta's kind of shifted so that it's slightly worse for Hanzo than usual, but he's just never been way too consistent of a character, and been a character that's ever been in the meta in the first place, except for when he was overpowered for like one patch or two, so you can kind of assume that he's just going to stay this way until we finally get a big change for him, which I don't think will ever happen because a lot of people still like him, and I personally still like him, and I feel like you definitely can carry with this guy, but as far as meta goes, and as far as people that you want to be seeing on your team, Hanzo's probably not the character you want to see first. And finally, we have Doomfist, and I made a guide on this guy, and one of the comments I got was actually talking about how they were kind of angry that I was apologizing the whole guide for talking about how weak Doomfist was in this meta, because I really like to talk about the strengths of characters. I like to talk about how good people are and how you can play them well and what you can do, but Doomfist is in such a hard place this meta that it's really hard to try to show off what he can do. Of course, he can get those one-shots, he still does have a lot of mobility, but he just feels inconsistent. It's hard to just justify playing him over one of the other flankers that's a lot more consistent, that has resets, that has probably a better ultimate, or one of the other just regular DPS that has consistent DPS, and even trying to justify him over Reaper is kind of hard because while Reaper doesn't have quite as much burst, he can take out tanks, which Doomfist can't do way too easily right now because the Mercy heals are just so strong on them. I see Doomfist as a character that could be good if he was changed, either into more of an assassin type character or more into a bruiser type character, or really anything. But as it is right now, I'm kind of unsure what meta would even support him way too well. We had the dive meta, which we thought was, decently well for Doomfist. But even that, he didn't do that amazing, especially after the nerfs that he got, which just put him in the state where he has super low win rate and like a 0.4% play rate. Almost nobody's even picking up this guy, which is very weird considering that people like Sombre, that are also new characters, get a lot more play rate because obviously they're new, they're enjoyable. But Doomfist really hasn't been in that state really at all, which, I don't know, it's something that's kind of interesting. As far as Doomfist and, the meta characters go, I think it's pretty obvious as well to tell why people aren't playing him way too much. The tanks, Zarya's good again, which is good for him, but also kind of counters him. Roadhog is very good, which counters him pretty badly. The supports, Mercy exists, and Lucio, but mainly Mercy, which is, almost impossible for you to kill, depending on how the Mercy plays, and if she has her ultimate up, actually impossible for you to kill. And then finally for the DPS, McCree's good again, Bastion's okay depending on the map. We have Pharah, we have Junkrat, we have Widowmaker, we have a lot of different characters that are out there to counter you or to just do your job a little bit better. And that's where I feel like this character is right now. Again, I feel like if they changed him up, if they buffed him more, maybe if the meta changed, we could see him a bit more. But I guess time will really tell with this character. Still, I like him a lot, and I feel like he is a fun character to play that you still can bring into games, especially at very close quarter maps. But if the map's wide open, I'd say almost never pick him up. And there you go. Those are the characters that I personally feel like are the ones that are almost unplayable this meta, or at least much more difficult to win with than a lot of the other characters. While they still do apply a lot of good things for your team, it's just they get outclassed by a lot of other characters, or they get countered by a lot of other characters, or their usefulness just isn't quite that good in this current meta, and it might be in the future though, so I guess we're gonna kind of have to wait. Anyways, as always guys, thank you all for watching. Please tell me your own opinion in the comment section down below. I want to know who you guys personally feel like are probably some of the worst characters of this meta, and why. Or if you think I was wrong or right, and tell me why, as always. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a like, press the subscribe button to see more videos like this in the future, or guide videos on a multitude of characters. As always, guys, have a wonderful day. I'd like to thank Gilded.gg for sponsoring this video, and mainly helping me a lot through the adpocalypse. So, Gilded itself is a website focused on finding, founding, and expanding your gaming team with relative ease. You can schedule events, recruit new members, build team comps, and find teams to scrim with and to scrim against. Best of all to you guys, it's free. You can get started yourself with the link in the description below, and if you sign up by November 10th, you'll be entered into a chance to win a $50 Blizzard gift card. So, maybe I'll see you there.